Coming up on NewsWatch Ole Miss, a Greenville police officer was shot last night after responding to an incident. We'll have more details on that coming up.
Everything you need to know about rising inflation in the last month, we'll bring you more on that coming up.
Mississippi Highway Patrol has made an adjustment to their hiring requirements. This and more coming up. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now. Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Verlicia Gavin.
I'm Celeste Lay. We're leading off tonight with severe weather, so let's get right to Madeline Pruitt, who has the details on what tonight holds.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch for all North Mississippi and surrounding areas until 10 p.m. tonight. Heading into the evening, expect heavy rainfall and possible damaging winds and hail for North Mississippi and surrounding areas. Rebels, be sure to stay safe tonight and this evening.
Greenville police officer Mycia Stewart was shot and killed last night after arriving at what is being called a big shootout. The shooting led to a police chase that ended at Highway 1 and Highway 82. Washington County coroner has announced that Stewart died at the scene. According to the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, the suspect is currently in the hospital being treated for his injuries, and he is in police custody. This case is still under investigation.
Memphis police officers are on the lookout for at least 4 men between the ages of 18 to 20 years old. On October 8th, multiple suspects broke into several cars in the areas of Reese and Dromedary, Erickson and Trinity, and Dexter and Chimney Rock. They were in a silver or gray 4-door sedan. The following night, the same vehicle was seen along with a dark-colored SUV breaking into more vehicles near Walnut Grove. The suspects are said to be armed with a silver and black handgun. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and over the past 30 years, there has been great progress made to help victims of domestic abuse. The Family Crisis Services would like the Oxford community to unite, raise awareness, and provide support for those victims with their display of domestic violence silhouettes. News correspondent Layla Totten was on the site with this report.
This month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Outside of the Lafayette County Detention Center, you will see purple silhouettes.
We spoke with Mary Margaret Chafe, who is the victim advocate for the Family Crisis Services of Northwest Mississippi, about the purpose of the silhouettes. The silhouettes were created by the students at the Oxford Lafayette School of Applied Technology in 2021. Domestic violence is very prevalent in our society as women, children, men, neighbors, and even our pets are all affected. Mary Margaret wants the community to be empowered and stand up for the abused and reach out. There are plenty of resources available for those who are abused. 15 million children encounter domestic violence each year, and 25% of victims return to their abusers. The Family Crisis Services wants the community to work together to end domestic violence, and with the help of the purple silhouettes created, they hope people take the initiative to acknowledge these victims' situations. To contact the Family Crisis Center, call 662-234-9929 or visit their website at oxfordadvocacy.org. For Ole Miss Newswatch, I'm Layla Totten.
Rand Management's proposal for the new Evergreen C-store has been conditionally approved by the Oxford Planning Commission. The property is on the corner of Highway 314 at 5093 George G. Pat Patterson Parkway. The approved elements include lot coverage, landscaping, and building materials. Representatives of Rand Management want to improve certain aspects before sharing these plans with the city.
And the Oxford Fire Department responded to a house fire on North 11th Street this afternoon. While the fire was put out fairly quickly and there were no injuries reported, the house suffered seemingly extensive damage, and Oxford police put out a traffic alert to avoid the area while the fire department was there, and several intersections in that area were blocked off by officers. Have you been wanting to work for the Mississippi Highway Patrol, but you aren't old enough? Well, you may be in luck. Mississippi Highway Patrol has changed its hiring requirement from 23 years old with a GED or high school diploma to 21 with a GED or high school diploma. Applicants must complete a job application, make it through the hiring process, and go through 18 weeks of patrol school along with field officer training. Patrol school is only 12 weeks with at least 2 years law enforcement experience. Coming up, the remains of landlord in Chicago found in a freezer. Tenants are devastated and officials are still on the hunt for a suspect.
And children as young as 5 years old are now eligible for the COVID booster. This and more after the break. But first, here's a look at your current conditions.
Hey y'all, I know it's sunny outside, but heading on into tonight and this evening, we are looking at heavy rainfall and severe thunderstorms. Stay tuned for this week's forecast.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Great having you.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough? You're such a glow-off. Well, you know. And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Chicago police believe they have found the remains of a landlord who was reported missing by one of her tenants. Police went to her apartment for a well-being check, and that's when they say they found human remains in the freezer. CNN's Leah Hope has the story.
Chicago police escalated their investigation from a well-being check to now a homicide investigation in the 5900 block of North Washtenaw.
It's extremely unbelievable that someone would do something like that to her.
Reactions from neighbors after learning details of the case and that police believe the victim was the homeowner. Police report human remains were found in a freezer in the home.
They eventually discovered human remains in a freezer, at which point we backed out of the residence to secure a search warrant to go back in and retrieve all of evidence properly.
Yesterday, a tenant called police when they hadn't seen the homeowner. Police say residents shared they saw another tenant of the victims get help from a tow truck driver with a heavy bag. Police say that led to evidence in a lakefront garbage can and the discovery inside the home. Detectives then found the tow truck driver, which led to a person of interest in custody.
The tow truck driver actually gave us his location and explained that the person he was transporting had pulled a knife on him. So officers responded to that scene, placed that suspect into custody.
I feel like it was really heartbreaking hearing what happened. You know, she was such a sweetheart. I feel like she was very active in the neighborhood.
She was too kind. That's all I can say. She was very kind, loving. She was always happy. She was always with her dog, Lukey.
Neighbors say the victim offered shelter to women in need and played piano at 2 local churches. Meanwhile, the investigation is ongoing and no one has been charged.
If you think that pricing has gone up in the last month, you are right. The Labor Department on Wednesday said that the U.S. Producer Price Index rose at an annual pace of 8.5 last month, down from 8.7. Food prices went up 1.2%, energy went up a little under 1%, and services are up to 0.5%. There are major concerns with these price indexes increasing too quickly in fear that this could lead to a recession. We are now 2 weeks out from devastating Hurricane Ian, but the state still has a long way to go. Residents of Southeast Florida are still struggling to get back on their feet. Hundreds of homes remain under the water and thousands are still without power. CNN's Nadia Romero has more on the latest efforts and challenges.
I consider it kind of like Band-Aids over bullet holes.
That's how Fort Myers mother of 8, Brittany Bowie, describes the Hertz Arena shelter, still housing evacuees 2 weeks after Hurricane Ian hit Southwest Florida. The American Red Cross runs this ice rink turned refuge that's usually home to the Florida Everblades ice hockey team. Bowie says it's cold all of the time.
You're going to be getting a cold in here because it's cold on this floor.
Even showers are ice cold, and there's limited food and resources.
There's been a couple overdoses, a lot of heavy alcohol use. There's been a lot of fights, a lot of dinners turned into peanut butter and jelly.
Bowie says she hasn't heard from a caseworker the Red Cross promised would help.
Can you help us out at all? Just what should we do next? I mean, wait to hear back. They really don't have a plan for, any of us at the moment.
The American Red Cross did not provide CNN with an on-camera interview, but in a statement acknowledged some challenges, reading in part, "Our feeding vehicle loaded with meals was delayed in reaching the arena due to clogged roads and heavy traffic. To help avoid further issues, we moved a mobile kitchen to the Hertz Arena so that meals can be prepared on site." Also stating, "We have already helped 16 families that had immediate needs move into more sustainable housing situations." Snowbird Tom Delforge feels lucky his homeowner's insurance may cover some of his repairs.
How long is it going to be to have just the rubbish picked up? I've got a tree on the back of the house too. You can see just barely the top of it, but that's got to get, I've got a hole in the roof. We're going to kind of patch that. And I know it's going to be difficult I'm so much better off than so many people. However, it has to be repaired, but contractors are going to be very difficult to find.
Entire neighborhoods in distress as residents rip out their soiled and moldy belongings. Christian organization Samaritan's Purse says they'll stay in Southwest Florida for 6 months or longer to help homeowners in need.
Over these past 2 weeks, we have seen a lot of work. You can drive down the streets. I was over in Arcadia a couple of days ago. I was riding through here today. You see piles of debris on every street, and that's a sign that recovery is beginning.
Mud and muck remain in what's left of Greg Anarino's Sanibel Island home. Saturday, he met with a FEMA representative, but through his homeowners and flood insurance,
they gave me some money right up front to get started to living expense and food. So it worked out really great.
A temporary bridge to connect Sanibel and Captiva Islands to the mainland is now open to emergency crews, and state officials say it will be open to the public by October 21st. But Anarino won't return to Sanibel Island for good.
You're going to go to an island that, God forbid, here comes another storm, and then you're done again. You do the same thing over again. No, I'm not going to do that.
But some don't have many options.
She's got everything you want.
Back at Hertz Arena, Bowie wonders about all the money Americans have donated to Hurricane Ian victims.
And they say, oh my goodness, 1 million more has been sent. And then you get peanut butter and jelly at night, and it's like, where is it going? So where's all the funds going? That's my honest question.
Starting at the age of 5, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has authorized emergency use for the updated COVID boosters for children. These boosters target the original strain and the Omicron BA.4 and 5 subvariants. The FDA authorized the improved Pfizer booster for kids between 5 and 11. It was previously authorized for ages 12 and up. Moderna has been authorized for ages 6 to 17. It was originally authorized for only 18 and up. Now here's Madeline with a quick look at weather.
Hey Hey y'all, it's currently 78 here in Oxford right now with winds coming in at 5 miles per hour. We can expect heavy rainfall and thunderstorms going into tonight. Stay tuned for the rest of this week's forecast.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back, and once again, we are currently underneath a severe thunderstorm watch here in Oxford. It is also impacting surrounding areas in North Mississippi. Here we have the motion that it is going through the north. Just stay safe. And currently here in Oxford, it is 78 with partially cloudy outside heading on into tonight with the severe thunderstorms. Winds are coming from the south-southwest at 5 miles per hour with precipitation at 30% currently. And looking at the regional area, we have South Haven at 70, Oxford at 78, Holly Springs 75, and Corinth 77, Tupelo tipping 80 at 81. And heading on into tonight, the severe thunderstorm watch is active until 10 p.m. and it is going to get down to 53 degrees, thunderstorms, winds coming in from the south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and precipitation at 70%. Looking into tomorrow's forecast, it is going to reach 74, sunny with clear skies, winds coming in from the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, with precipitation at 0. And looking at the regional map for tomorrow, Corinth 73, Tupelo 77, Holly Springs 73, Oxford 74, and South Haven 75. And looking at the 5-day forecast, of course tomorrow 74 with a low of 45, and heading on into the weekend it is supposed to reach low 80s at 81 and 83, and going into Sunday it is reaching 75 with thunderstorms and precipitation at 50% and Monday at 67. And the weekly outlook is temperatures are changing drastically as you see thunderstorms tonight and thunderstorms Sunday with clear skies pretty much every other day this week. Thunderstorms tonight and the possibility of rain on Sunday. Thank you and tune in next week to see next week's forecast.
And coming up, the soccer team is preparing for a showdown with arch rival Mississippi State. And the MLB playoffs are underway and there were some wild games yesterday. I'll have that and more up next in sports.
Creating a legacy takes time, takes dedication, spirit, and a greater vision. That vision starts here
at the University of Mississippi. What will you be remembered by? Your character? Your contributions? Your friendship? Your legacy will define who we are now and who we are becoming for our state, our students, and our future. Ole Miss, build your legacy.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Ole Miss 18th NCAA tournament appearance.
This is fun, folks, as Baker's peeling it. Little heat check. Snow Collins for three. Bring it up.
Said, I love Madison Scott.
Ole Miss Rebels are having a lot of fun, and you can see why.
Welcome back. After a tough loss to A&M on Sunday, the Rebels will now face in-state rival at home on Thursday to take back the Magnolia Cup for their first win over Mississippi State since the 2019 SEC tournament. But this won't be an easy task. The Bulldog defense is the strength of the team with 9 shutouts and allowing only 6 goals all season. But Ole Miss leads the all-time series against State with a 15-8-2 record and outscores them 27-8 overall. And the Rebel team is sporting stars like Taylor Radecki, who is in the top 5 for assists in the nation, Mo O'Connor, who is top 5 in the SEC in goals, and Ashley Orcus, who is 9th in the nation in shutouts. The game is at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and you can watch it on SEC Network and ESPN. And in honors and awards, the Ole Miss chapter of the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame will honor Walton Gresham III with the contribution to the Amateur Football Award, and Mac Hake with the Distinguished American Award. The two will be honored this Saturday when the Rebels host Auburn. The contribution to Amateur Football Award is given to honor those who have made multiple service contributions to the college athletics world. And the Distinguished American Award is presented to those who have set the standards for excellence in the life of service to the community. Athletics Director Keith Carter, NFF President Richard Noble, and NFF Chief Operating Officer Matthew Sine will be part of the on-field presentation honoring the two. Noble says Gresham and Hake are the most deserving of these awards, and having an on-campus salute provides an excellent opportunity to express their sincere appreciation. And moving to the Diamond, last night the Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Atlanta Braves 7-6 in Game 1 of the National League Division Series. The Braves' left-handed pitcher Max Fried struggled throughout the game, and the Braves' offense couldn't get much going until the last frame and then still came up short after getting within a single run of the Phillies until an incredible catch by right fielder Nick Castellanos sealed the deal for the Phillies. The Phillies now have a 1-0 lead in the best-of-5 series, which means the reigning champion Braves will be playing catch-up and will be desperate for a win in tonight's Game 2. Now, Philadelphia had the game wrapped up until the 9th, but still delivered. But we can't say the same for the Mariners after the Houston Astros stunned them with an 8-7 walk-off victory last night. The Astros were down 2 runs in the 9th until Yordan Alvarez hit a 3-run shot against Robbie Ray. The Astros will also now lead the best-of-5 series going into Game 2 on Thursday. And in the NFL, after a tough loss for the Raiders on Monday night, wide receiver Davante Adams took his anger out on a media worker, but it looks like he might be paying for it. This morning, Adams was charged with a misdemeanor assault after shoving the media worker, identified by police as Ryan Zelby, who suffered whiplash, a headache, and a possible minor concussion after the incident. The charges were filed this morning in municipal court in Kansas City, and Adams is due in court on November 10th. If convicted, Adams could face up to 6 months in jail or a fine up to $1,000. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us at rebel_watch for the latest sports updates.
Thanks, Sarah Gale. Coming up, your pumpkin spice latte may earn you some air miles. Find out how next.
And two adorable zoo animals have found their new home in the Big Easy. More on this coming up after the break.
Tell her to talk to him. And it's like, oh, ew.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready?
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
There are some new benefits for frequent Starbucks customers. Starbucks is partnering with Delta Airlines to award customers with 1 mile for every $1 spent at the coffee shop. An added bonus is that whenever members are planned to fly Delta, you will earn double reward points when you scan or use your Starbucks app for your order. All you have to do to get started is link your Starbucks rewards and Delta SkyMiles account on a special website. The Alaska Zoo is getting ready to say goodbye to 2 orphaned bear cubs.
That's right. The 2 cubs named Ant and Spider are making their way from the chilly den in Anchorage all the way down to their new home in New Orleans. That's so sweet.
Ant and Spider are the 2 unusually named black bear cubs at the Alaska Zoo.
So sometimes we'll do a theme when we name our orphans.
As curator Sam Lavin explains, this year's theme was insects.
We have Bug the muskox and Millipede the ermine, and then these 2 came in and we were out of cute names, so they got Ant and Spider.
The female cubs were found orphaned on J Bear in June. They've been at the zoo ever since. On this frosty morning, they've been lured out of their den to lick up their favorite food.
We can do anything with bears if we have honey.
Curators from the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans are here to pack up Ant and Spider.
Do you think they're going to fit in okay?
I think they're going to do really great in New Orleans.
They're eager to introduce the pair to this bear, another orphan named Sassafras.
She lives up to her name. She is full of sass. She has a zest for life.
Sassafras is a Louisiana black bear whose keepers say loves people but needs to make new friends.
She is looking to play and roughhouse, so we're definitely seeing those signs that she needs companionship with other bears.
which is why Ant and Spider are headed her way.
Now, the folks from both zoos are convinced these Alaskan bears will.
Evan, be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 5.
Thank you and good night.